written, no felonies or other disqualifying conditions. I'm not sure what they mean by that. Maybe if they spend time in an insane asylum? I mean, I have no idea what they mean by that. And then meet the same criteria required to apply for a concealed weapons permit, and not have any physical conditions that prevent safe handling of a weapon, and not to be prohibited from purchasing or possessing a firearm due to a prior conviction. Not to be prohibited from purchasing or possessing a firearm due to a prior conviction. Does that say that if they had a prior conviction, they go buy as many guns as they want? And they carry a government-issued ID and display it upon request by a police officer. That's it.
Well, what can I say? Yeah, one of those conditions, I think, on the federal level and most states, when you fill out the form, besides saying you don't have any felonies and you're not a crazy person, it's also you're not a drug addict. Let's see. Yeah, Hunter Biden, that was a felony as I recall. And you're talking about, how Trump supposedly committed this felony. Well, that's pretty open and shut on Hunter Biden. He committed a felony when he purchased that gun. And I don't think he'll ever be prosecuted for that. Over.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Hunter Biden. Yesterday something happened. Some news network called, I think it was OAN, like Ocean Apple Nancy. I never heard of them before, but it's supposed to be a right-wing news organization. They had the whole Hunter Biden story on their website in video form. And Hunter Biden threatened them with a lawsuit unless they took it down. And yesterday, they took it down. So I'm not so sure Hunter Biden is as guilty as you think he is, because this news network would have stood their ground, because they would have been right if that would have been the case. Yet they chose just to take it down.
Well, my guess is they didn't take it down because it was false. They took it down because they didn't have as much money as Hunter Biden could bring to bear for a lawsuit. Over.
Well, you could be right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure they went through the reasons. But Hunter Biden's threatened lawsuit was because they wanted to take it down because it was inaccurate and defamed him. And he was saying all the charges were false. And, of course, this was a right-wing news organization. They put up a nice video detailing, how Hunter Biden should be in jail. And, push come to shove, they folded.
Well, it's well documented Hunter Biden is a drug addict, or at least was one. I mean, they got it, there are videotapes and videos of him smoking crack and whatnot. And he did purchase a gun. So they probably just lacked the funds to defend themselves in court, would be my guess. It's pretty well documented, I mean, his laptop that everyone said was all misinformation, it was his laptop. And, there are other, his brother's widow that he was involved with for a while, she came out and said, he bought this gun and I told him to get rid of it, and he threw it in the trash, and on and on. That's a standard thing, you threaten to sue people, and they have to decide whether they've got the money or want to spend the money to defend themselves and prove it in the court of law, or just retract it and move on. it's a matter of what resources you have available. But there's no doubt Hunter Biden purchased a firearm, and there's no doubt he was a drug addict when he did it. Over.
Well, then wait a minute. Then how come he is in jail right now? Well, I mean, why wasn't he arrested, and how come we're not watching his trial on CNN instead of the Trump deal? I mean, you know, that's ridiculous. I mean, anyway, Trump's getting a free pass because he was a past president? I mean, that's ridiculous. You know, in the United States of America, no one is above the law, period.
Well, Rich, I wish that were true. But if your last name is Biden, there's one set of rules, and if your last name is Trump, there's a different set of rules. And that's not the first time such things have happened. You know, how can I put this? Let's see. Courts dispense law. Justice is an occasional side effect. That's about as simple as I can make it. Courts dispense law. Justice is a side effect that occasionally happens. Over.
No, I don't believe that. I mean, have you ever been to court like or been part of a trial? You know, that was a serious crime. I don't mean like running a stop sign. I mean like murder. And you get to see exactly how it goes. I went through this about 12, maybe it was 15 years ago now, when my brother was murdered. My younger brother was murdered, and they caught the fellow that did him. And I was in court every day for 3 weeks, you know, watching how the law works. And I disagree with you. It works.
It works if all things are equal. You know, we have an adversarial court system, and if the resources available are roughly equal, then yeah, there's probably a good chance there's a reasonable outcome. But when one side has overwhelming wealth or power, justice is not served. That's just how things are, and you know, there are people who would like to believe, you know, the United States is this ideal environment where those things never happen. That always happens in those other bad countries, but the truth is it happens here, and it happens all the time. And yeah, if it's one poor person, you know, murders another poor person, and there's no overwhelming politics or wealth involved, yeah, you probably get a reasonable outcome. Over.
I'll have to think about that. Listen, I have to back out of this. My wife just got home from the barn, and we have to go out shopping for ECARS today, and I have to get her on the same page with me. But we have to continue this discussion. I think that the open carry law was put in Florida. What was it, July 1st, 2023? That's when our illustrious governor decided he was going to run for president. And I think this whole thing was put in place, you know, for political reasons. And I have a feeling if we get another governor, he'll probably, you know, propose legislation to modify the current law. But in any case, we'll take this up later. I've got to run. N4 WQB, WA1VVR would be clear on your funnel.
WA1VVR from N4WQB. Well, you know, I'll give you one case that really has nothing to do with politics. It's strictly economics, and that's patent law. You come up with this great invention. If you don't have the millions of dollars to fight all these big corporations. They will just walk right over you, and they make a business decision. He's a little guy. He doesn't have the money to fight us. We can spend millions of dollars and drag this out for the next 10 or 20 years. To hell with him. We'll do what we want. He just lacks the resources to get a fair deal. Over.
Okay. Well, like I said, we got to continue this tomorrow. I got to run. WA1VBR clear.
73. CQ, N4WQB, N4WQB, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, N4WQB, N4WQB, calling CQ and standing by. CQ, N4WQB, N4WQB, calling CQ and standing by. QRZ. CQ. November 4, Whiskey, Quebec, Bravo. November 4, Whiskey, Quebec, Bravo.
Get the base of the antenna up higher, and then seems like it works.
So we'll be operating remote from the boat, so to speak. So very good. This is the weather out here is winter-like. We have snow on the ground, and in the mountains. Of course, we are in the Ragchews, in the center of things, and that's a nice relief from the heat and humidity that we're already getting in Florida. K2JM from WA1GZY remote.
Yeah.
Odin.
Fox, I have you about 5-3. 5-3 in Florida. Fox Lima.
Come on in, Jack.
Good morning, Mac. A little late, but I got you. Just getting on your log. Good morning and have a great day.
Roger, old buddy. You're one of the stronger signals, though. I got you a good 5-8. 5-8. Thank you very much.
Thanks to the flowers.
Well, seriously, real good signal. KD9PDY, thank you, Jack. I'm going to send this over to Mr. J, Whiskey 3 ZOR. Take it away, Jay.
One more try. Whiskey 3 Oscar Romeo is taking check-ins for the second hour sunrise YL system. Come with your call.
NK.
Okay, thanks. Martin is next. Take 5 feet on the last call for Orange, Indiana, if I can hear you. 5-5-5. Delta 9, Bravo. Okay, let's move with antenna about.
Yeah, esos paisajes de Mahón.
But it looks like we're going to have nothing but sunshine today and some more turbulent weather moving in tomorrow. So hopefully things are better with you and Jupiter, Florida. Bob, back to you, over.
Okay, Harry. Yeah, you're about a 5 and 3 into my vertical. The band conditions are not that great this morning. So thank you very much for the call. All the best wishes to you and yours. 73, Harry, and God bless.
Take care, Bob. Enjoy. 73.
Calling CQ. Calling CQ. KF2GQ. Kilowatt Foxtrot 2 Golf Quebec. Calling CQ and listening. November 3, Sierra, Bravo, Foxtrot, is that Roger? Good morning. Thank you very much for coming back to the call. Name is Bob, Bravo, Oscar, Bravo. QTH is the town of Jupiter on the east coast of Florida, 15 miles north of the island of Palm Beach. November 3,
Sierra Bravo Foxtrot, please copy kilowatt Foxtrot number 2, Gulf Quebec, over.
Así que ya se probó que esa antena es una muerta, ya, así que entiérrala, porque esa antena de él no. Ese hoyo cuando le mete 3 kilos a la antena.
You smoking, Will. All right, man, have a great day, and we'll catch y'all later. This is KA2 PVT Portable 3.
All right, take care.
I turned on the radio in between on 160 where I go at night, and it was just nothing but continuous lightning crashes somewhere. So we didn't get to play radio last night. I turned on the Chew this morning, and I couldn't hear anybody, so said, hey, I'm going to run with it. Apparently, whoever was supposed to be here is shut down because of the weather. So that's the story here. Back to you, Norman.
Yeah, I might have to just get a hay barn and a baler and just bale it that way.
I'll tell you, no matter what you do, you're kind of dependent on the weather. I'm hoping I don't have to disconnect anything this morning. Thank goodness I can do it all right in the house here. I don't have to go outside.
I know what you're saying there. Well, I won't hold you there. I'm just going to tell you I'm on a 746 ICOM. I got a window antenna up about 30 feet, running around 30 watts.
Well, your 30 watts are doing good for you. I also have an ICOM 746 Pro. Last production run, I believe, that the ICOM made of this radio. And I'm feeding a MFJ Versatuna 3 and an Ameritron AL811. And we're doing about 500 watts on peaks here. And the antenna is a ground-mounted vertical, a DX88, 10 through 80. I could get 160 with it if I wanted to buy the extension kit and the loading coil, but I have a big dipole for 160. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, I just moved up here in this house about 11 months ago there, and I had a 400-some foot loop there out through the woods here. Man, I'll tell you, that thing would go from 10 to 180 there, but about putting another one up. I got too many antennas, and I just scooped out a pine tree in my yard yesterday. I'm thinking about putting my 2-meter antenna up this pine tree. It's up about 90 feet there, so I should be doing good on 2 meters. I got too many beams, but I don't know what to put up. I got 2 towers and too many antennas is unreal, and radios. And I don't have the heart to get rid of them. Everybody said, you need to sell some of them radios. I said, no, I don't got the heart to get rid of them.
Well, I'll tell you, I have pine trees and oak trees galore here, and some of them are tall. I mean tall. Unfortunately, I don't feel like climbing trees anymore. I have found a person that said he can climb really well, but he's not a professional company and he's not insured. So I'm kind of hesitant for something like that. If I'm going to pay someone to climb a tree, I want to see an insurance certificate. If they fall out of the tree and get hurt, I don't want to get sued. Excuse me, but I'm being a little bit on the cautious side. But what I have works quite well.
Well, I don't blame you there. When I do any tower work or tree work, my health ain't good. I'm 66, and it's not good, but I'll go up before I send somebody else up there. So if I do this tree deal, I'll do it when my wife ain't looking there, you know what I mean? I told her, I said, I'll put a rope around my neck in case I fall. At least I'll be hanging there, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. My neighbor across the street, her son owns a boom truck. That's what he does for a living. He lifts AC units on roofs and building materials and whatever else they hire him to do. And he has a man cage for it, but he actually stopped me mid-sentence when he found out I was a ham radio operator, and he says, no, he says, I can't put you up in the tree to hang an antenna. I guess he has been asked before, from what I understand, if he starts doing that, his insurance goes crazy for premiums. So as long as it's not a person, he can do it. But he felt bad, like he said. He said, I just can't do it with the current business climate. And it's a good-sized boom truck. It could get you way up in the air.
I tell you, it wouldn't do me no good to have one. Whew, man, I'll be up the first biggest tour I can get a hold of.
Yeah, we kind of see these things and we just dream about them, but that's about all we can do. Hey, you never know. That's the thing. I can't complain with what I got. The vertical's mounted on a tree stump. I tried to dig a hole, but you don't dig too many holes here without a shovel, without a powered shovel. Lots of rocks and lots of iron in the ground. If I take a rock and bust it up and drag a big magnet over it, it picks up 3/4 of the rock. It's nothing but iron ore.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I'm dying to get this loop up. I need to get this loop up somehow. Me and my friend, KB3 FTDX10 years ago, put it up. It lasted around 3 years, but the branches kept breaking the on wire, and I kept patching it. It got to be a pain. But I'm going to definitely get one up there somehow.
I'll tell you what I put up lately. One of the guys at 160 recommended a beverage on ground antenna. And I have 2 of them. One's terminated and it runs to the northwest. And one of them is unterminated that runs straight east and west. And I have them going into a Drake R8B receiver. And I listen a lot of times on those 2 antennas. One comes in via toroid, like a matching transformer, to the 50 ohm input, and then the one going east-west comes into the 500 ohm input that's just plain wire from one end to the other. And those antennas are quite good, I'll tell you, especially the terminated one with the matching transformer. That takes a lot of noise out of the signal.
Oh, wow, I never heard one of them antennas. They sound like they'd be pretty cool.
I had read about a beverage, but I always, I didn't think about laying it out on the ground. And one of the guys was saying, and I knew this already, but I didn't really think about it that much. Sometimes it's not the signal strength, it's the ratio of signal to noise. So that the beverage on ground doesn't get a huge signal, but it also doesn't pick up the noise that other antennas do either. So a lot of times you can make something out quite clear that you just can't hear on the dipole that's 30 foot up in the air.
Yeah, I understand that, too. Well, listen, I don't want to hold up the band there. I know somebody else wants to get in and give you a holler. What's your QTH anyway?
The QTH is Grayson County, Virginia. I'm near the big megalopolis of Galax, Golf Alpha Lima Alpha X-ray, Galax. And we're out in the county, as they say. The call is Kilo Bravo 1, Hotel Papa Victor, and the name is Chad, Charlie Hotel Alpha Delta.
Okay, Chad, like you say, I keep looking out in the driveway. I'm thinking you're out there sitting in the driveway in the car there. Well, you're 20 over up here.
Where is your QTH again, sir?
We're in Cecil County, Maryland. We're 60 miles north of Baltimore, a little town called Colora, C-O-L-O-R-A, Colora, Maryland.
Oh, okay. No problem at all. You're doing real nice down here. I remember you said you were running 30 watts or so you're doing great with that, let me tell you.
Okay, well, we'll let you go. It was a pleasure on this end talking to you there. I'll start checking in there. I'm writing all these frequencies down, so I'm usually on 7255 in the morning, and now the Ragchews in there right now, so I just checked in with them. So you have a good one there. It's been a pleasure. Kilo Bravo 3, Sierra November Golf. Thank you.
All righty, Norm 73 to you, sir. Enjoy your day. Hey, we're going to break with Norm. Got about 7 minutes left for this hour. Hopefully someone will pick up the next hour. We're looking for check-ins, anyone, anywhere, for the 7272 Ragchew. I heard the guitar man up in Canada very, very light. Go ahead, Mike. I'll try to listen. Well, I'll tell you, Mike, you came quite strong in signal strength there after you started. And yeah, hey, we're playing the guitar. We played about 10, 15 minutes at 9 o'clock, and I turned the chew on. I didn't hear anybody. There's all kinds of crazy weather down here. We had two thunderstorms roll through last night and disconnected everything. I turned on 160, and it was nothing but a horror show. So I turned it off and played guitar some more last night a little bit. But hey, we're having fun. That's the best part. Learning stuff, trying different things. I keep saying I'm going to take lessons. I really should. I would probably have a ball. But that's about it. Everything is wet and green. I should mow, but I can't because it's covered in, we had rain last night. We got up to sunshine, 60 degrees, but we've had nothing but black clouds roll through here and there. Alrighty, Mike. Hey, believe it or not, the static is picking up big time down here, so my hour is almost up. Even though it wasn't my hour, I just hated to hear dead airspace on the tube. I've had 4 people to stop by and said hello. No problem at all. And hey, if you get together in a group like that, where I worked for years, there were 4 of us that shared the same birthday. And a couple of times over the years, the 4 of us went out for drinks after work together. And boy, I'll tell you, you get 4 Geminis and a carafe of wine on the table, you can solve every problem you can think of in a matter of an hour.
Certainly hope so.
Yeah, I hear you, Mike. Sad to say, but of the 4 of us, there's only 2 left. The other 2 people didn't even make it close to retirement. And that's kind of sad, too. I think of them every year this time. My birthday's approaching, and knock on wood, I'm still reasonably healthy at 67. Got a few problems, but hey, they're manageable. I can deal with it. I get out of bed, I'm vertical, I'm taking in nourishment. That's real important. 7-3, see, Mike, the signals are starting to turn into yuck, and I think I heard Lobie in there. WA2AXC, are you there, Lobie?
Yeah, I'm here. I picked up the 10 o'clock, and it's around to the lightning. Good lightning. So we'll see what happens. We'll try to give it a go. That's all we get. But I've got a storm right next to you. It looks right dark out there. We're supposed to have 2 rounds of heavy storm. One 9 o'clock night time. Yep, there it is. Another one at noon and another one at 3. I wonder who timed these things.
Well, I'll tell you, I turned the radio on, waited till about 10 after, did not hear anybody. and figured it was probably because of weather at their location. So, hey, I took it and ran with it. I had 4 people that wanted to keep the airways warm. You're the 5th. And last night I turned on 160 after I reconnected my antennas. We had 2 storms go through last night. And when I connected back up and turned on 160, there was just absolute wall-to-wall noise. I could not hear a thing anywhere. So I said, well, that's the end of that. I'll play guitar.
Well, we'll see what happens here. I got the window open and watching these black clouds coming overhead. I'll go through a little bit. Light. I'll pull the flow. Oh, okay. This is like an hour of Ragchews and from the way too. Scanning papers from the deck work and the building stuff.
Go ahead. Pennsylvania. First up, though, if anybody has a schedule for the top of the hour or priority traffic, please call now. Nothing heard, so I'll remind you that you're listening to the East Coast Amateur Radio Service, and since 1968, we've been meeting on this frequency 7 days a week, 365 days a year, opening at 7:30 in the morning on weekdays, 8 a.m. on weekends, net controls changing hourly, and closing the service at 1:30 in the afternoon. It is a directed net, so you should only be talking to the net control unless that station asks you to call somebody else. And you'll notice that we use a list. We get a list of stations, speak to each of those in turn, and we get another list. So if we miss you on one, please wait till we're getting the next list, and we'll try to get you then. If you're mobile, portable, or QRP, let us know when you check in. We'll give you priority and put you up at the top of that list. ECARS is an open service. You do not need to be a member. Everybody is welcome to check in. But if you want to find out more about ECARS, what it is, what it does, how to join, stuff like that, take a look at the website, www.ECARS7255.com. That's ECARS7255.com. And with all that taken care of, we'll open up first looking for any mobiles, portables, or QRP stations. Any of you, please call now. Nothing heard, so open call up then. Anybody, anywhere, call WA4THR.
Norway 1, X-ray, Yankee.
Hello, Charlie 8, Charlie Oscar, India.
Kilo Delta 4, India, Zulu.
All right, Norway 1 X-ray Yankee, Charlie Oscar India, KD4 India Zulu, got you straight. There was one ending in Lima. Who was that? All right, Sierra Delta Lima, got you. Anybody else I've missed? All right, let's get this list in. Roger, good morning. Norway 1 X-ray Yankee, WA4THR.
Hey, good morning, Vic. Good morning, everybody at ECARS. N1XY, Roger here, Nashua, New Hampshire. Beautiful sunshiny morning, 65 degrees, going up to 76. It's going to be a beautiful, lovely day today. Over.
Oh, that sounds good. Well, it's kind of overcast here in 67, and I'm watching a line of heavy thunderstorms that stretch from way up north to way down south, heading this way. I think that's supposed to arrive maybe tomorrow, but in the meantime, we'll take today as probably the dry one. Roger, over. right, good to hear you. S8 signal, not too bad, Roger. N1XY, Nashua, New Hampshire. I'll clear with Roger. Let's go get KC8COI in West Virginia. Ted, good morning.
Hey, morning, Dick. Yeah, we had mostly a rainy day yesterday. Had a little bit of clearing, well, not clearing, a little bit of sunshine. I got some stuff done, but anyway, I don't know what today's going to bring, but the sun's trying to peep out, so maybe we'll get a little bit of decent weather. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Hope everybody on ECARS is doing well. I just turned the radio on, so I'm not sure what the conditions are like, but I can tell you your signal's booming in southern West Virginia, and you're sounding good. Heard Jack pretty good, so maybe it's better than it was yesterday. Anyway, back to net, KC8COI.
Well, your S7 to S8, easy copy, Q5 the whole way, but the band is not great. If you look at the solar activity, we've had a string of solar flares, all at least M-class, ranging back, and then about 24 hours ago we had X-class flares. So things are kind of chewed up. The absorption is about an S unit on 40 meters right now. So signals are down about that much. But boy, you get down to 80 meters, it's several S units down. So anyway, it's one of those days. That's what we get with this stuff. Anything we can do for you otherwise, Ted, over?
Well, I don't know if it could be much worse than it was yesterday, but anyway, I can hear you pretty good, and hear Jack there, so anyway, I'll let you have at it, and have a great day, KC8COI.
Yeah, I see a signal at 7191, and you and nothing else. The band is pretty quiet. 73 Ted, KC8COI, we'll clear with Ted. Next up, good morning, Jack. Actually, I'm surprised I'm hearing stations closer in. KD4IZ, WA4THR.
Yeah, Roger, WA4THR, KD4IZ. That is a flip from yesterday. Yesterday, about this time and a little later, I was hearing stations way out. We had a donut hole that was blanked out, everything near. And you and Jeff and everybody else was just calling. I could hear you from time to time, but not well. Anyway, good to hear that you've at least got some better local stuff. That'll keep the activity levels up. But you're right about the solar conditions and the crazy. I've seen some pretty significant stuff just in the last 24 hours, like you said. And ironically, a lot of it didn't have a whole lot of thermal mass injection with it. It was just a vicious burst, and then it went away. I've sort of been watching that, talking to friends and looking at the Solar Ladies forecast, Dr. Stubbs, and a few other luminary sort of things. That's the name of the game. It's going to be rough sledding until the sun stops popping popcorn. Over. Yeah, go ahead, Dick.
Okay, you were fading down. I thought you might still be talking, Jack. Yeah. Well, the thing about it is the solar flare is kind of like a broadcast signal. The X-ray radiation spikes up, and it can wipe things out for 10 minutes to a half hour. But the CME arrives a day or two later, and if it's pointed in that direction, if you happen to go through the cloud, it might miss us all together. So we'll see. But yeah, today you're at 85 miles. I heard Paul at 125. Yesterday, I couldn't hear anybody under 300 miles. It was all 300 to 500 miles. So that was the landing zone, I guess. Anyway, Jack, good to hear you. We'll catch you later, okay?
Yeah, sounds good, Vic. Yeah, it's definitely weird, and some of these bursts have not been accompanied by any kind of major CME. That was the interesting observation from the last 24, 48 hours. A lot of head scratching going on. Apparently, certain of these bursts only are a brief energy burst. Certain other ones are shooting CMEs, but not directly at us, even though they're pointed at us, and that's the weird part. Anyway, it's all magnetic field, and you can't see it. Katie 4 on set, talk to you later.
All right, Jack, good to hear you. Katie 4IZ, Forreston, Maryland. I'll clear with him. And we'll improve things by aiming up into Michigan because I heard Rob. KC8SDL, good morning, WA4THR. Yeah, it's pretty good. Anywhere from S6 to S8, but solid copy the whole way. Just some typical QSB, Rob. So no problem. And yeah, that storm, did it go by you? And I think it didn't. I would have expected that it would. Yeah, it's just approaching Michigan, just getting into Chicago now, ranging from the Tennessee-Kentucky border all the way up past Milwaukee. So you might be in for a storm today, Rob. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Starliner Station? What's that? Oh, okay. I just didn't. I hadn't been following that. I thought they canceled the Boeing launch because of some leakage or valve problem or something like that. But we'll have to try to keep up with that. I haven't been watching the news much lately. Okay, Rob. Anyway, thanks for that, and we'll see you later. Okay.
What's going around here? Anybody can tell me what's going on?
Yeah, Roger, there's a net taking place. Thank you.
All right, Rob, very good. Good to hear you this morning. KC8SDL, Bay City, Michigan. I'll clear with them, and while we're pointed this way, just in case there's more up to the northwest, anybody anywhere for the East Coast Amateur Radio Service, and everybody's welcome. Call WA4THR.
Kilowatt Charlie 1, Mike Romeo.
November 4, Papa Lima Charlie.
Victor Echo 3, Uniform Alpha.
All right, got several there. I think you probably all favor this direction. KC1 Mike Romeo, and then 2 Zulu Golf November, Papa Lima Charlie, Victor Echo 3 Lima something Alpha. Did I miss anybody?
Romeo Foxtrot Kilo.
And Romeo Foxtrot Kilo. All right, let's take that list then. And Ray, good morning. KC1MR, how you doing? WA4THR.
I'm doing fine. You're 5 over 9, so you're doing pretty good. It's a beautiful sunny day, gonna hit 75, and no rain. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to have rain, so we're going to enjoy this day while we may. Go ahead.
Yeah, this just means there's no possibility of cutting any hay out there because we don't get 3 days in a row. And there's a line of heavy thunderstorms coming across the country that's supposed to get here, I guess, tomorrow, either tonight or tomorrow or something like that. So, yeah, more rain afoot. Right now, overcast and 68 here, but not too bad. Got the windows back open because it's been kind of muggy, Gilbert.
Yeah, that's for sure. And, yeah, this is it. Well, yesterday was beautiful in the 70s, and today's going to be the same. And that's it, baby. Go ahead.
Yep, well, there you go. You're also 5 to 10 over 9 here, Ray. No problem at all. Anything else, over?
No, that's about it. Enjoy 7-3.
All right, 7-3 into, KC1MR, clear with Ray up in Beantown, Massachusetts, and we'll get Jerry in Peru, New York, N2ZGN. Good morning, WA4THR. I didn't realize you were mobile, or you'd have been up at the top, but you weren't far off of it. I didn't get any mobile portables or QRP yesterday. The conditions were too bad. But, Jerry's headed back home, but in the vehicle and doing pretty well. Anything we can do for you? All right, 7-3, Jerry. Into ZGN Mobile. We'll clear with him up in New York. Next one up, N4 Papa Lima Charlie down in North Carolina. Good morning, Phil.
Well, good morning to you, and I apologize for what happened. I was listening to something on Jewel Watch on another 40-meter frequency, and I responded on 7255. Well, okay, I'm not perfect. I made a mistake. Anyway, I trust you're doing well. It certainly sounds like the band is up and down, so I won't belabor it any longer. Thanks so much for everything. In 4PLC number 4859.
All right, Phil, very good. Phil's down in Wilson, North Carolina, 4859 on the list. And who has not picked up the wrong microphone or been operating split and not realized it? And if you haven't done it, you're gonna. So no problem, Phil. No issues at all. You didn't interrupt much of anything. Anything else this morning, over?
Nope, that's about it. I'm gonna have barbecue for lunch today in 4PLC.
Hey, sounds good. I'm already thinking of some leftover pizza that I'm aware of, and that's what mine's going to be. N4PLC in North Carolina. We'll clear with Phil. Next up, Victor Echo 3. I think it's Lima Uniform Alpha, perhaps. Is that, did I get that right? WA4THR.
Roger, good morning. It's Victor Echo 3 Lima Uniform Alpha. Request on that. My name is Rob. And we're located about 70 miles south of Toronto. Just got a new antenna up, and just wondering what the signal is. I know the bands are really horrible, and a great time to put up antenna. The flare was out the other day, and the bands are dead. Over.
Well, the fact that you're getting here means it's working pretty well, Robert. The about an S7. Yeah, the bands are terrible. Not a good day to make comparisons unless you're doing live comparisons. You know, get on, use Whisper or something, and or one of those, what is the thing called, the CW thing where you can send a signal and it'll spot back all the places that heard you and what your signal strength is. That's a good way to compare antennas. Whisper is really nice for that. But I just noticed it's been 2 years since we talked. 2 years and 2 weeks to be exact, back in 2022. But nice to get you back on my list, Robert.
Well, thank you very much. Nice to be back on the air. Had a antenna problem for a while. And got the new Sapphire Urban Beam up there on Wednesday last week, finally, and hoping to use it. But as I say, and you know, no HF, it's been very quiet. Just trying it out as a dipole here on 40. So good to know it works. Thanks for being there. We'll say 7-3, and hopefully we can check in more often. 7-3, and have a great day. VE3LUA.
All right, Robert, thank you for that. Yeah, S7 to S8, that's about as good as anybody today, the way the band is. VE3LUA up in Wasaga Beach, Ontario. I'll clear with Robert. Last and up down in North Carolina. Good morning, Ken. WB2RFK, WA4THR. Boy, we may be struggling. WB2RFK, can you copy? WA4THR. Yeah, we may have lost him. It wasn't real strong. Hopefully he'll come back in here later. The conditions can go up and down. Just out of curiosity, did we just have another thing happen? Nope, we're just decaying from the last flare a little few minutes ago. All right, then we'll clear the list, and hopefully Ken will get back in. But meanwhile, we'll take more check-ins. Let me know if you're mobile, portable, or QRP, but everybody's welcome. Call WA4THR. All right, all on your only there, and it must be a pickleball day. W8SUN Mobile, WA4THR. Good morning, Wayne.
Hey, good morning, Vic. Actually, no, not today. I've got, in 10 minutes, my monthly massage. So I can continue to play pickleball, over.
Oh, you reminded me. My wife got a gift certificate for that and hasn't used it yet. I need to bug her about it because hate to see those things go to waste. And who knows, the spa place where she had it might go out of business, and then it wouldn't be worth anything. Well, that sounds good, Wayne. That's funny. I always think of you in pickleball. Today's headline was about neighbors complaining about people enjoying themselves on a pickleball court. They were laughing and talking. It's just unacceptable. Over?
Yeah, that and the noise factor, Dick. But anyway, I don't know. There's no easy answer to it. It is noisy, and I can understand if people played all day long up to like 10 o'clock at night or something, that might get kind of old after a while. But, yeah, lots of that control. Good to hear you this morning. Glad to hear you a little bit better. I could hear no one yesterday on 7255, so thanks for picking me up. Tell me you're in mobile.
Yeah, you're about an S6 here, Wayne, Q5 copy, and it was. Yeah, it was the noise, and about half the people are going, don't know what they're talking about. It's trivial. It's people just enjoying themselves. It's not like they're setting off fireworks or playing loud music or anything like that. It's just that. So, anyway, good to hear you, Wayne. W8SUN Mobile down around Roanoke, Virginia. I'll clear with Wayne. We'll do another general call-up, but let me know if you're mobile, portable, or QRP. Net control is Whiskey Alpha 4 Tango Hotel Romeo. My name is Vic, Victor India Charlie. I'm in Bear Gap, Pennsylvania, and I'm listening.
Kilo Bravo 3, Sierra November Golf. Pretty quiet in here.
Kilo Bravo 3 is Sierra, and what was the rest of that?
November Golf.
Sugar Golf, is that right?
Yes, sir.
AB3, still I'm not sure I've got it right. Kilo Bravo 3 Sierra Golf X-Ray or just Sierra Golf?
Kilo Bravo 3 Sierra November Golf.
Sierra November Golf. Well, there you go. That's why I was messing it up, Norman. Good morning. Hadn't talked to you since back in November. How are you?
Well, my health has been a little bad there. I don't know what to do about it. Can't seem to get no help from the doctors. Definitely doctors, they don't even know what they're even doing, you know what I mean?
You know, I have seen a significant decline in health care years, and I think I know why, but it just it bothers me. Where we used to, for 20, 25 years, we had a family doctor. You could call up, you could go in, you could get stuff. Not anymore. You can't do that, and it's just a shame. Get on waiting lists for stuff, and it's that's I guess somebody voted for that. Anyway, Norman, what can we do for you today?
Not much. I'm out here in the garage there working on a surround sound. They quit working on me there. I'm tearing it apart and trying to do this, but I can't seem to stay off the radio there. But I did move. I guess when I talked to you before, I was in another place, and I found another place here. It's beautiful, and I got a bike too. My wife liked the house. I said, well, I'm going to see how high it is first. So it's almost 500 feet, so I'm happy to go lucky. I'm running 30 watts. On the ICOM 746 with a Wyndham antenna.
Oh, pretty good for 20 watts there, Norman. And I have you down as Calora, Maryland. Is that still where you are? Over?
I'm in Calora, Maryland, but I'm in a different house. I was way down in the hole before. I was just thinking about getting a skyhook there to get me out of there, but I was so glad to get out there. It was unreal. I had a 60-foot tower down there, but I still didn't get it down yet. And then I got another one I got to go get, but my health ain't no good. And it's hard, man. I can't get my son to help me. You know how kids are. They don't want to do nothing for you.
Yeah, very good. Well, I'm glad that you got a nicer place and a little bit more elevation. Yeah, it's when you're down in a hole, that can hurt stuff. One of the best spots I was in was the previous place we lived, which was more than 30 years ago. But it was the highest point in the township, and it wasn't like on a peak. It was just a knoll. And the water table was very high, so I had a beautiful ground, and man, I could work all sorts of cool stuff from there. Anyway, good to hear you, Norman. Glad to get you back on my log. Anything else?
Not much here. I've been scooping out a pine tree up here. It's about 80, 90 feet in the air, and guess where that antenna's going?
Well, there you go. That'll be a good spot for it. All right. Well, good luck with the updates in the new house, Norman. And I think you were on your 746 in the garage the last time I talked to you. KB3SNG down in Calora, Maryland, up there with Norman. And we'll look for more check-ins for the East Coast Amateur Radio Service. Everybody is welcome. Call Whiskey Alpha 4 Tango Hotel Romeo.
Juliet Charlie Bravo.
All right, Juliet Charlie Bravo, and I think that was Uniform Golf Papa QRP. Did I miss anybody? All right, Juliet Whiskey Sierra, we'll get you. Well, let me start off with let's see, let me do that this way, if that'll work. Uniform Golf Papa, was that you, Gary? QRP, WA4THR. About an S4 worth of Roger. Just barely got you, but we got you in there. Similar here, I guess. Well, we're all the way up to 70 now, but it's overcast, and I think rain will be coming soon, but maybe not today. Maybe we'll get some dry weather today, Gary. Anyway, glad to get you on the list. I didn't get any QRP guys yesterday, so it's nice to hear at least they can get in. Anything else?
No, I just wanted to check in there and say good morning there. And you guys have a good day there. I hope you get a lot of numbers there and a lot of check-ins there. KBAUGP 73.
All right, 73, Gary. KBAUGP QRP out of Shinston, West Virginia. I'll clear it them. And then W3JCB up in Reno. Good morning, Charlie. How are you?
Well, good morning to you, Vic, and all those that can hear me. Well, another day of rotten bands, but it is what it is. Not much going on today. Got a little project. I threw the motor belt yesterday, and I ain't changing belts. It's one of those deals that just as easy to pull the deck out from underneath it and try to figure out how the twists and turns goes and slide her back underneath, trying to do it while the deck is still attached. It's just a mess. I get the room all turned around and I still ain't going. So anyhow, that's what we're gonna do today. And then got some rain coming, but I don't know if it's gonna peter out before it gets done or not. It is what it is. So you have a great day, Vic. And yeah, the bands it's coming around a bit earlier, right at 10 o'clock. I could just barely hear you, but you're coming in just over that 9 plus now, Vic.
Yeah, you were hitting S9 too, Charlie. That's good, and I know what you mean about that. We got 3 finish mowers on different tractors with 3 different blades, and all of them belt-driven. One of them is not too bad. It's a belly mower under a little farm-all, and you have to know where to put the twist and which order to go. And it took me a few years to finally be able to do it without trying to look at a manual or something. That one's not too bad. The other 2 get covered up with their belts, and you have to undo stuff to get in there and see where things are. Makes them a little harder. But fortunately, knock on wood, I haven't had any belt issues in a while. I used to have regular problems with that until I finally just sucked it up and started buying Woods belts for the Woods mowers, and that made a big difference. Anyway, Charlie, good to hear you. We'll see you later, okay?
You got it, Rick. Hope to go again tomorrow. The W3JCB back to net.
All right, 73. W3JCB's up in Northwest Pennsylvania in Reno. I'll clear with him. Last one up, November 1, Julian Whiskey Sierra up in Maine. Good morning, John. How are you?
Not too bad, Vic. It's a pretty good day yesterday. No rain. That's what we got you. Got like a ray of light in the dark. That's so bad. So bad I can hardly get anything on the wood. Whatever. But yeah, I can hear you pretty good. So with that, I'm going to give you
you're there too, John. Yeah, very good. 10409 out of Buxton, Maine, and yeah, it's better today than it was yesterday. Things were pretty wiped out. It's depressed. Signals are down, but at least I'm seeing maybe now we're up to maybe a half a dozen signals. The beginning of the shift, right after a solar flare, there was nothing. Very few signals on there at all. So, okay, anything else, John? Over. Anything else, John, before I go on? Or maybe the band is shifted between us. Over. All right, you're 5 and 9 now, up quite a bit. 7-3. N1JWS in Maine, I'll clear with him. And good morning to ECARS, the East Coast Amateur Radio Service, taking check-ins. We look to get check-ins from anybody, anywhere. Do let me know if you're mobile, portable, or QRP. Please call WA4THR.
Whiskey 4 Romeo Tango Hotel.
Okay, my fingers got behind me. Yankee, November, Yankee Hotel. That's it. I'll get that straight. Okay, now I think I got something Bravo 2 November Yankee something. Is that the November Yankee Hotel? Maybe I heard you twice. Was there another one in there? I think I hear some modulation, but it's right in the noise. Let me get the one I got, and the band changing. Maybe it'll be up, and I can get you in the next round. Let's see, November Yankee Hotel. Was that Kilo Bravo 2 November Yankee Hotel? Over. All right. Oh, Kilo Charlie 1, November Yankee Charlie Mobile. All right, well, very good, Tim. I've got you now. It's not real strong, but we're getting you in here. How are you today? Over. Yeah, it's a very marginal copy between us, but I think I've got you. Are you up around Oakdale in Connecticut this morning? Over. Oh, it's in and out. You were giving me a 502, which makes me think I've got the wrong guy on the list. Give me your call phonetically again, please. Over. All right, Kilo Bravo 2, November Yankee Charlie. Is that correct? And what's the name and where are you located? It's cutting out every now and then, Gary, and it may be, if you're using something like a Yaesu 857, the slightest amount of SWR, like anything over 1.5 to 1, like if you get off the main frequency, the tune frequency of an amp stick, and they begin to do that on voice speak. So that might be what it is. But nice to meet you. First time I've talked to you, I believe. And I'll get you in the log, and hopefully we get better conditions, and I can do it a little easier next time. Over. Yeah, it cuts way back on your voice peaks, which makes it a little hard to copy. But we've got you on the log. I did get it, and that's good. Next time you check in, we'll know who you are, Gary. KB2NYC Mobile, I'll clear with Gary. And let's see, did I miss anybody else on that call-up?
Whiskey 4 Romeo Tango Hotel.
Okay, Romeo Tango Hotel, and who was the WA1?
Whiskey Alpha 1, 2 Delta Alpha.
The DA, all right, got you. Now, anybody else I missed? All right, the W4 Romeo Tango Hotel, I believe it was. That's you, Bob, WA4THR.
Yeah, that's right, Vic. Name here is Bob. Whiskey 4 Romeo Tango Hotel. ECARS number 4287. Yeah, you were up a few seconds ago, and now all of a sudden you're down again. So I guess the band is being a little squirrely and switching around a little bit. So anyway, I'm not going to hold you, Vic. Just thought I'd stop in and say hello. So how you doing today?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty steady S7 here, so that's actually good on a day like today, Bob. But yeah, it is up and down significantly today. We're doing a lot better than yesterday, though. I'll give it that. Anything else this morning, Bob? Over.
I think that's going to do it, Vic. I'll let you get back to making a few more contacts. Just wanted to stop by and say hello, and glad you're doing okay. So 73 from Hanover, Virginia. WA4THR, W4RTH.
All right, 7-3, Bob. W4RTH is down in Hanover, Virginia. A lot of letters the same in our call, isn't it? How about that? We're clear with Bob. Next up, WA1ZDA up in Lincolnville, Maine. Good morning, Charlie. Yeah, well, it's not, well, let me look. I don't know. It looks like it might be brightening up. No, it's still overcast here, just a little lighter perhaps. Fluctuating in the upper 60s. We've hit 70 a couple of times. It's back down to 69 now. But it's okay, and I know what you mean about that, man. I've got more logs. I've cut and split all I need. In fact, I had such inventory that I'm not trying to save anything this year right now. I might stack some up for easy access for the family room fireplace later this summer. But I've got them piled up by the road and offering to people for free to come in and get whatever you need. So good luck with that, Charlie. Anything else this morning, over? All right, very good, Charlie. WA1ZDA up in Maine. I'll clear with Charlie. We'll look for more check-ins for the East Coast Amateur Radio Service, and everybody anywhere is welcome to check in. Let me know if you're mobile, portable, or QRP. Call WA4THR. Morning, ECARS. ECARS is the East Coast Amateur Radio Service. We take check-ins from anybody, anywhere. Call WA4THR.
And MJC.
Let's see, was that November 1, Kilo Charlie? I'm not sure if I heard it right. Give me that again, please. Over. One ending in KC, it sounded like. Over.
November 2, Mike Juliet Charlie.
November 2, Mike Juliet Charlie. All right, Jim, got you now. And boy, it has been, 5 years since we checked together. To the day. How are you doing, over?
Not too bad. We're on our way home from Florida. We're snowbirds. So we stopped at my sister's here in Sandston by Richmond, Virginia.
Well, very good. Richmond. And are you mobile or portable, or what's the story, over?
We're portable. I'm set up in my bottom-house garage.
Well, it sounds pretty good. Portable in Richmond, Virginia, and heading back as a snowbird back up to, I guess, Patchagoo. How do you ever say that? Up in New York. Anyway, Richmond's easier to say. I'm glad that's where you are, Jim. Over.
Yep, we're in Richmond, and we're going to Patchogue, New York, Long Island, New York.
All right, very good. Well, have a good trip and enjoy time with your sister. Anything we can do for you today?
No, I just wanted to test this setup. I guess I'm doing okay.
Yeah, it's working fine. No problem copying you. And the band's in miserable shape, so that's saying something. All right, into MJC, heading to Patchogue out of Richmond, Virginia later, but portable in Richmond today. We'll clear with Jim. Let me make sure I logged him in. There he goes. Now he is. Now we'll do a new list. Anybody, anywhere, call WA4THR.
KI4FON. Kilo Charlie 3, Golf Bravo Whiskey.
All right, Fox Oscar November and Golf Bravo Whiskey. We'll get you two guys. Good morning, KI4FON. Don, how you doing? WA4THR.
Well, they're cooling the pool, and it's summer sunny. Didn't get to go left. Anyway, glad to hear you doing here with the band and getting it on to them.
Yeah, it's working better today than it was yesterday. There were a lot of dead spots, and right now it's up and down. I see your signal one way down around 71, 90, 91. He's been off and on all day. Not much else. So, and then other times they'll start popping back up with the QSB. But it's a very active sun here over the last week or so. Anything else this morning, Don? Over.
Not good. 73.
All right, 7:30. KI4FON is down in Alexandria, Virginia. I'll clear with Don. Next up, KC3 Golf Bravo Whiskey in Stewartstown. Couldn't hear anybody short of 300 miles yesterday, Keith. Now I got you. Over.
Charlie 3 Golf Bravo Whiskey. Yeah, I couldn't hear a squat yesterday. I did check in on the alligator mat at night, and that was better, but yesterday all I heard was static. I looked on the NJ2 US site for the D region stuff and sunspots, and there's a whole big cloud over the US for the D region stuff. That explained it. Over.
Yeah, right now we're looking at, it looks like about an S unit worth of attenuation here on 40 meters because of the D region. But you get down on 80 meters and it's a couple of S units. So a little more than that actually. So it's pretty tough. Plus it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, a dozen solar flares in the last 24 hours, and every time one of those prompts pretty good, we go dead for 10 to 20 minutes or so. Anyway, good to hear you today, Keith. Anything else?
Nope. Just interesting how the sun can hose things up. We need it for life, but man, it hoses up the radio waves.
Yeah, but same thing. It's charging up the ionosphere, and that's the good thing. We've got what is the solar flux up to now? Where did I put that? That was over here. It's up to 171, 100 points higher than it was at the base of the cycle, which means things like 10, 20 meters might be open all night worldwide. Little cool things like that are the benefits of having all this activity. But down on the lower frequencies during the day, sometimes it makes it a challenge. Anyway, Keith, good to hear you. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Early in the morning, like between 4 and 6 o'clock on 20 meters, you typically hear Australia coming in nicely. In fact, one morning I was up early and was listening to Australia talking into Europe, and I could hear both sides of the conversation. I mean, literally, the band was open worldwide. So that's the benefit. You get a nice big charge on the ionosphere. It lasts all night. KC3GBW, Stewartstown, Pennsylvania. I'll clear with Keith. We'll listen for more check-ins. Anybody, anywhere, everybody's welcome. Call Whiskey Alpha 4, Tango Hotel Romeo.
November 3, Golf Lima Tango.
Just when I think there's going to be a quiet period, there they come. Hey, Gary, N3GLT in Ephrata. Couldn't hear anybody in Pennsylvania yesterday, so you guys are making my day. How you doing? Over.
Oh, we're doing well, and you're up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, mostly down, but that's the band, and the sun is acting up, and that's good news, bad news. Anyway, I hope my 700 watts is getting out to you okay. I hear you occasionally, 5, 9 plus 10, and then sometimes down to about a 5, 6, 5, 7. Good morning to you. Beautiful day here. Just finished up some final grades for my grad class and got those submitted, so time to have another cup of coffee. This is November 3, Golf Lima Tango.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I've been trying to catch up on bookkeeping and paperwork here too. We had a credit card hacked, and the credit card company caught it right away. But that means new credit cards and all the places where you do automatic billing and have credit cards on file, all that kind of stuff. Have to remember what they all are and get them all changed. Then we've got the end of the month reports from several organizations have to pull together. So a lot of stuff. I actually wouldn't have minded if it was raining today. Anyway, good to hear you, Gary. Anything else?
Well, got a plan on cutting grass sometime this week. We'll have to wait to see what the weather does. But keeping an eye on thunderstorms possibly moving into our area. This is November 3, Golf Lima Tango.
Yeah, I cut the grass last Thursday, and with the rain we had over the weekend, it needs cutting already. But I think I will try to stretch it out just a little because rain is coming. Maybe I can get it, I headed out of town in the weekend, and maybe I can get it Friday or something. Anyway, Gary, good to hear you. N3GLT, effort of PA, I'll clear with him, and we'll listen to see if there are any more call check-ins. Anybody, anywhere, and everybody's welcome. Call WA4THR.
Whiskey Yankee Charlie.
There he goes, Whiskey Yankee Charlie. How are you, Bob?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. ECARS 1823. And if you got a second, I'll tell you a credit card story.
Oh, yeah, it's not that busy. Go ahead, over.
God pays his bill with the credit card. Next day, he gets a call from the insurance credit card company. Somebody trying to do billing and trying to buy stuff. And he said, no way whatsoever. Well, anyway, the person who did the serving happened to be the one who did the serving for President Clinton one time. And the FBI called him and says, we got a nice gift for you because of what you did for the president. He gets to the FBI office, they tell him to hold out his hand. Here's the gift. The person that he took the credit card number from, his son, is the director of the Secret Service for the United States. K1WYC.
Oh, the wrong guy to be messing with. Yeah, that used to be a thing that, especially when they would swipe cards, they'd always just swipe one more and save the paper and submit it for something else later or something. But, yeah, this one was actually a charge for $0 out on the West Coast at a restaurant. And, nope, we didn't do that, but we didn't have any charges that had to be removed. Everything else was valid. But we've had others. I know one of the church credit cards, they started making charges and went several days making charges that certainly looked good, but we suddenly got a notice saying, is this really you? And we were going, nope, that is not us. So the credit card company fortunately canceled all of those charges, issued a new card, and we're good to go. They're pretty good about catching them and making sure you're made whole. You know, it's unlike somebody steals money out of your checking account. It's just gone. Anyway, Bob, good to hear you. Anything else?
No, that's it. I like that story. Always told it. And it was totally true. John is the one who sits in the passenger seat of the limo with the president, just to give you an example where he is. He comes from Cranston, Rhode Island. So, but the guy who picks the wrong one to grab a credit card number. Take it easy. K1WYC.
Absolutely, and it's neat that he was able to use his knowledge of the situation to get the waiter into town for his gift. Anyway, K1WIC, West Warwick, Rhode Island. We'll clear it, Bob.
listening for more check-ins for the East Coast Amateur Radio Service. Anybody, anywhere is welcome. Call Whiskey Alpha 4 Tango Hotel Romeo. Kilo Delta 6, Fox Bravo Charlie, and Slant 2, good morning. I don't believe we've worked before. What's the name and where are you located? And are you mobile, portable, or what? Over. I got that you have the 7300, that you're mobile up in upstate New York, and but the fade took you down when you gave me your name. And where in upstate New York are you located? Over. Very good, Desmond. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. This is the first time that we've talked, and copied all of that. It's working pretty well, and Roger, Norwood, New York, and the whole bit. So nice to meet you. What can we do for you today? Over. Oh, it is. It's better than yesterday. That's about all I can say. Quite a bit better than it was yesterday, but the sun has been very active. Lots of solar flares in the last 24 hours. The D layer absorption is way up, but in fact, there were you and one other signal was all I saw on the band right then when you were talking. So it's pretty quiet, but a lot better than yesterday. We had big periods of silence yesterday, Desmond. Anyway, it's working. You're making it to eastern Pennsylvania. Anything we can do for you? Over. Yeah, my call is Whiskey Alpha 4 Tango Hotel Romeo, WA4THR, and the name is Victor India Charlie. Over. All right, very good. Well, hopefully you can come back and check in regularly, Desmond. We're the net runs every day of the week, all year long, starting early in the morning, 7:30 to 8 o'clock, depending on the day, and lasting until 1:30 in the afternoon. So always somebody here, and I'd love you to check in some more. KD6 FBC up in Norwood, New York. I'll clear with Desmond and look for more check-ins. Anybody anywhere, call Whiskey Alpha 4 Tango Hotel Romeo.
Kilo 3, Echo Juliet, Juliet.
All right, K3 Echo Juliet, Juliet, KC1 Bravo Juliet Golf. There was another one there. Who was that? Mike Whiskey Uniform. All right, got you as well. Have I missed anybody?
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Mike.
I think that was Kilo Alpha 8 Yankee Mike. Is that right?
Kilo Echo 8. That's Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Mike.
All right, Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Mike. I think I've got that right. And if not, we'll sort it out in a minute. Let me get the ones I got here. K3 Echo Juliet. That's got to be Maurice. Good heavens, we haven't talked for what, 8 years? Over.
Yeah, I guess it's been a while. ECARS 30420 in Ellicott City, Maryland here. Well, I was curious to see how my signal sounds. I just got my amp back from having a band switch replaced in it, and I think I found my other problem. There used to be some RF on my signal, so you may comment, see if you hear anything here, where
running the Alpha amplifier here, which has been modified and everything and all that. So we had a bands were pretty lousy the other day, boy. Couldn't even talk across the street with it. Appreciate you being there, K3EJJ.
Oh, it sounds great, Maurice, and I guess you're still Ellicott City, Maryland, and it sounded really good. What are you running, over?
Oh, we're running the Alpha 374A, which had the 874s taken out, 3CX500 put in it. And of course the band switch went bad for that. We got that fixed. We're running a Yaesu 847, and then we have the Bellstar Auto Tuner on here. Yeah, I went through. I saw something, and I disconnected everything completely and put a dummy load on. And was checking everything from one end to the other through the switches, and I don't know whatever it was, but it seemed to have gone away. So, knock on wood, it's good to go. And the amplifier will put out 1500, but we don't like to drive it that hard.
Contact.
Now we got to have average voice peaks here of about 800, which is plenty. We're running a 160-meter loop here that seems to work very well in all the bands.
All right, it does, and it's all working very well. I don't hear any issues with RF or anything. And there's a contact there. They might want to talk to you. Contact, go ahead.
Thanks, Vic, W-A-3-G-I-N. Your thing you saw on the HF Auto, was that a blip of high SWR?
Maurice, could you hear Dave there? He was asking you a question.
Something about an SWR. He's a little light to me here. And what was the question again?
He was asking if the blip you saw was a blip of high SWR, I think, right at the beginning or something, over?
No, it wasn't that. The radio, actually, as I was bringing up the drive, would shut off. It would shut down. I go, whoa. Hope I didn't take out the finals, and then I pressed back it down. And as soon as I got up to drive it, around 50 watts, it would just start to shut down. So I took the radio off and took everything out of line and started slow with power supply. So no, it wasn't a high SWR reading or anything with it. It's just, I don't know what it was. Probably a bad piece of coax someplace. And when I finally wiggled them all over the place, the problem went away. So I don't know which one it really is.
Yeah, boy, dirty contacts, switches, connectors, all that stuff can cause more problems. Anyway, was that it, Dave? You're going to be picking it up here in just a minute, over. Well, I guess he heard you, but he'll be back here in 5 minutes or so, less than that, 3 minutes. So he's the next net control coming up. All right, Maurice, good to hear you after so many years, and glad you're back in. Nice signal. K3EJJ, Ellicott City, Maryland. I'll clear with them. Still got 3 to go here. KC1 Bravo Juliet Golf. Joe, good morning. Hey, sounds good, and enjoy fishing. Get out there while the weather's good, because I think a storm is en route. KC1 BJG up in Pittsfield, New Hampshire, 10405 on the list. I'll clear with him. November 1, Mike Whiskey Uniform, I think it was. Good morning, WA4THR.
Good morning. Call here is November 1, Mike Whiskey Uniform. Name is Mike, located in Georgetown, Delaware. Sussex County, just out here cleaning up the garage, and that's where I have the shack set up. I'm running a Yaesu 891 with a dipole, alpha delta dipole in the attic due to HOA restriction.
Well, it's working pretty well, and it's nice to meet you, Mike. First time since we've chatted. November 1, Mike Whiskey Uniform, Georgetown, Delaware. Attic dipoles, that's a good way to get around a lot of those issues. I have several guys check in with that, and that was my first antenna, was a dipole attic dipole. Anyway, nice to meet you, Mike. Anything we can do for you?
No, you said you were up in Rhode Island?
No, I'm in Pennsylvania. Bear Gap, Pennsylvania.
which is roughly the center of the eastern half of the state. Over.
Copy that. Yeah, like I say, we moved out as one man. We were from Connecticut. We moved down here about 4 years ago, and that's about it. And I've got myself back into the hobby, and I'm enjoying it.
Well, good, and it's a good time to get in there. What with the solar activity at a peak, I mean, we get issues like this on lower frequencies today where there are a lot of solar flares that blank things out and the absorption level goes up, but by the same token, 10 meters might be open, 20 meters might be open all night, so you can have a lot of fun with it, Mike. Anyway, good to hear you, and we'll hopefully catch you soon. N1MWU in Delaware, clear with him. 1 to go before we change net controls. I copied Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Mike. Is that right? And if so, what's the name and where are you located? Over.
That's QSL. This is Chris. I live here in Granville, West Virginia. That's right across the river from Morgantown. I'm running a Yaesu FTDX10 on 20 watts with a 10 QRP infrared halfway.
All right, well, it's working, and nice to meet you, Chris. You're the second guy on a Zygu that checked in with me today. And it's Chris, right? C-H-R-I-S in Granville, West Virginia. Over. Well, that's good to know, and that's the way I'll put it down then. Very good. Well, nice to